What's up guys, it's Scoutblader here, welcome back to Star Ocean Anamnesis. So we got a new update today, and this is going to lead up to Christmas. Yay, they even changed the app icon, looks really cool now. And my voice is a little coarse, I don't know why, but you'll just have to deal with it, I guess. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the new stuff that they added. First, we have, as always, a new Maze of Tribulations, the Maze of Silence. So, in case you don't know what silence does, it seals all of your skills, which means you can't use your skills anymore. And that is the status that they inflict in this maze. So this one's a little tougher than the normal Maze of Silence because enemies have increased defenses. But it should not be anything too difficult as long as you bring Gunther over there who nullifies silence, and then maybe bring a Muria for her Plasma Cyclone to wipe out everything. That should be all you have to do. Alright. Then we have the event, Defeat Colossal Beaks from Star Ocean 4. Wow, really interesting boss. So, Colossal Beak is weak to wind and light elements, and that means that, of course, the two new characters that they introduced are going to be good. Okay, so, like I said, weak to wind and light. If you complete the quests, you can get egg coins, which you can exchange in the event shop and get some stuff, some goodies right here. Barrier Blaster, very important, definitely get your hands on that. 5-star weapon ticket, cool. Both weapons right here, Ceremonial Spear, Tornado plus 10% damage, damage dealt to avians, and Repel plus 1. This thing is bad, really bad, so transmute it. And then we have the Rod of Snakes, Silencing Starlight plus 10% damage, damage taken minus 5%, and light damage dealt plus 15%. This thing is not too bad if you get that third factor, because it's actually usable on casters who use light attacks, like Evelise, who we had previously, and now we have Celine, who also uses light. So you could use it for them unless you have the Racket Staff or the new weapon that got introduced with this update. So until you get your hands on one of those, you can run this. Alright, then we have the achievements. Make sure to complete all of this to get the actual weapon copies to limit break those weapons, and to get some more stuff like small limit breakers, prisms, which I am running completely dry on, I need more of those, and some new stamps. Yeah, finally. Can always expand my stamp library. Okay, so, and then here's the boss, which should be pretty easy to take out. I'm not expecting it to be that tough. And then recommended characters, of course everybody who does light damage gonna be really good here, as well as wind damage. So then we also have the limited time event items, as always, which means if you go to the shop and then go to the item shop, or go to the shop tab and then item shop, you can find a Star Ocean 4 limited item set, which contains a 5-star ace ticket, 5-star weapon ticket, and some prisms, some invoker prisms and some healer prisms. And then you can buy the prisms separately too if you want. Personally, I don't recommend this because there's another thing coming up, some more sets that you can buy in the shop, and I would save my gems for that. But I think that about does it. So what do we have next? Let's take a look at the holiday campaign first. Read on details for the special event holiday campaign. Alright, so during the event period, which runs from, it does not say that, does it? Well, oh yeah, it does. From December 4th to January 8th, you can log in every day and get all of this good stuff. So, a lot of gems, 2 large limit breakers as far as I could tell, 5-star weapon tickets, and this thing right here, at day 7, you can see the Magic Hammer cap increased. I think this is the first time we've gotten this item, but basically, this functions the same as one of the cap increase items that you may have seen in previous events, but you can use this on whatever weapon you want. So basically it's used to limit break whatever weapon you want. So if you have a gotcha weapon that you have it like limit break 2 and you want to get that last factor, you could just throw this on there and get it to LB3. Very nice. And lastly, the ace ticket. Oh, that's fancy. Alright, so here's the other thing that I was talking about the sets that you can find in the shop. So over the course of the event, they will add holiday campaign limited item sets, and these contain some pretty cool items. as you can see here, weapon tickets, character tickets, prisms, orbs, and limit breakers. Yes! So, I checked it out. The first set only contains tickets. It's like every ticket, every weapon ticket. Or no, wait, it's 5-star weapon ticket and then all 3 of the different tickets. So I'm pretty sure the upcoming ones will have other stuff. So I would personally wait until the limit breaker one to spend my gems and buy that one, because those are very valuable. And they've added limited time achievements to the holiday campaign. So if you complete that, you get the small limit breaker, which is cool. And then we have a campaign draw, which this right here is obviously bait of the worst kind. So you can spend 2,500 gems 3 times a day to have a chance at pulling characters, to have a chance at pulling 5-star characters. Every character is over 4 stars, which, you know, I guess for whales that means you can stock up on a lot of medium limit breakers. For everybody else that means crap. So I personally wouldn't recommend drawing on this unless you're specifically going for limit breakers. Alright, then we have the new weapons, and for this, I guess we have to go to the gacha. Alright, so as always, we have 3 different draws: the normal draw, the step-up draw, and the guaranteed draw. With the step-up draw, you have to do 3 10 pulls, and then on the last pull, you're guaranteed to get one of these 3 weapons. And with the guaranteed draw, you're just guaranteed. You can do this pull once, and you're guaranteed any one of these weapons. Alright, so let's start off with the Habakiri daggers. So this weapon is, it's kind of bad. It's like, compared to all of the other daggers that we have, this thing is complete garbage. It's really low on the list of priorities. You could use it when you're fighting the non-existent insect enemies in the game, but aside from that, it does like nothing. Alright, so the Windburst Bow also has a really nice attack and instat in level 20. So it imbues your attacks with wind, recovers 3% HP every 5 seconds, and when it's limit broken, it gives you a 15% chance to cause stun. So this bow is actually not too bad, mostly because of that wind imbuement. So if you're using bow users a lot and you don't have a wind bow yet, I would definitely recommend throwing a pull at this. But if you've been playing for a while, you probably have the reformed SRF arrow. I think that's the bow. The free bow that you got that also imbues with wind. So if you already have that one, you don't really need this one. And then we have the big one, the Illuminati Staff. So also a really nice instat at level 20. It increases light damage by 40%. It gives you an extra crit hit chance and increases your crit damage. And when it's limit broken, it reduces attack damage taken. Now this staff is one of the good ones, one of the best ones that you can have for light casters. So if you're running one of the light casters like Evelise or Celine right now, or like most healers have light attacks to them, so I guess you could use this for them, but they're not really meant for doing damage. Regardless, any light caster can use this, and it's really good. If you're using light casters, I would definitely recommend picking this up, especially for that extra crit hit chance and crit damage too. Oh, that's so good. But as always, or as with most weapons, they're not limited, which means you always have a chance to pull them, and you can even pull them with tickets. So I don't recommend you go all in on trying to get one of these weapons, because that means you're probably gonna have to spend like God knows how many gems doing those step-up draws to get a small increase in damage, and that doesn't really seem like a fair trade. So I wouldn't go chasing for these weapons. You always have a chance to pull them in the future. Alright, and then we have the new characters. So first, let's take a look at Celine. She increases the int by 30% for the entire party. She has a 25% chance of adding silence to all of your attacks. She increases her own int damage by 20% when she's sitting at 100% HP, and she reduces her own symbol invoking time by 30% and reduces her AP cost by 20%. And her rush has a decent multiplier to it. It also increases int by 50% for 20 seconds. And then her battle skills have light and lightning elements to them. So Celine is all about dealing damage. Compared to some of the other invokers that we have, Sophia in particular, she is definitely not on that level. But she can do some good damage as our first, I did not mean to click on that, as our first light invoker. So if you like playing as invokers and you want to expand your invoker library, I guess, with one that does light damage, I could recommend picking up Celine. She does get better later on when she gets her awakening, but that's for another day. And she also has the one-hit Maze Killer Silencing Cyclone right here, so yeah, I guess she could be used for that. And then we have Sarah, a healer. So her first talent increases the AP recovery speed of all long-ranged allies, which usually means sharpshooters and people who use daggers and other casters. Then Healer's Touch recovers 5% of all long-range weapon allies' HP every 5 seconds. She nullifies poison and paralysis for the entire party for 90 seconds after the battle begins, and she has an 80% chance of surviving an attack at 10% HP or more. And then her Rush has a super low multiplier, but that's not the point, it's a healer. So her Rush recovers 70% HP and cures poison and paralysis for the entire party. So it does her job as a healer. She also has some wind elements on her attack. I think she is the second healer, or maybe even the second caster in the game to have wind attacks on, or wind elements on her attacks. I think Hana is the other one. Regardless, she also gets Angel Feather, which is the same thing that Reina has, and it's really good. And oh, what happened to that power? Okay, let's just click away from that. So this right here is basically why you would want to use her over any other healer. And I mean, I guess she also has the those things right there for long-range weapon allies. She can do her job as a healer. The problem is that, of course, as you can see, she doesn't have any cast time reductions, which means that sometimes you might have to wait for the heal to come out, and you know, she can't be right on top of that. On top of that, she also has Angel Feather to cast, which means sometimes she's casting Angel Feather and she can't really do anything else like healing. So that not having cast time reduction really hurts her. Also, her rush game's pretty bad because of that, which means the 70% heal does not come out too often. Regardless, she does have Angel Feather, so I don't know, I guess if you like using that attack, you could use her. Alright, so both of these characters are... they're not the best characters we've had so far, but who cares about the meta anyway? It's about the waifu and husbando game, right? Alright, and that does it for all of the updates that we got. Yay, clap, clap, clap. Alright, so, hope you guys will have fun farming the event. I'll try to get my other guides out as soon as I can. It's a lot of work, but hopefully I can get it out pretty soon. Regardless, hope you guys enjoyed that, and I guess I'll see you all next time. Peace!